Guys, I'm slightly dying, but this is why I love Deads, because it's everything. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name's Lisa. I'm a women's online fitness coach who's been in the industry for a decade, and I love helping women make their 30s the healthiest, happiest, and hottest decade of their life so far. If you're not new here, thank you so much for watching another video. It literally means the world to me, so thank you so much. Today, we are gonna go hit another full body workout. Last week's video was a full body workout. This week's video is gonna be a full body workout. I've been changing up my training style just a little bit, but also I wasn't able to go to the gym yesterday, and I know I'm not gonna be able to go tomorrow. So we're gonna get the most bang for our buck and do a nice full body. I've been really craving like just getting sweaty and getting really good workouts in, and the full body workouts tend to do that for me. I'm so pumped for this workout. My music this morning was just chef's kiss on the way here to the gym. I had the Home Team, which if you don't know who the Home Team is, I've seen them live twice already. They're what I would call like sexy rock. I don't know, I can't really describe it, but they're literally one of my favorite bands. I listen to them. I don't know if you know this, bands can see users that listen to their music. I'm embarrassed that they can do that, because they can probably see, oh, LisaBowden listens to our music every single day, multiple times a day. But there's just like something about their songs that just like pumps me up, puts me in a good mood. It's like got a sexy but rocky vibe. So the Home Team was on, then they played Jimmy Cooks by Drake, and like it's just been a great, and then a little bit of Future. So my vibe for the day, I'm feeling it. Today in the gym, we're going to talk about like one of the biggest mistakes people make on their fitness journey that constantly makes them start over. And I'll tell you what it is once we get inside. So I'm going to drink my pre-workout, have a little pre-workout snack, and let's go get this workout in. Cheers. So today I want to show you a few things that I've done to really help reduce the amount of shoulder pain that I've dealt with. So if you have a shoulder injury, these are some things you might want to start incorporating into your routine. They have basically gotten rid of my shoulder pain that I have had since I was a senior in high school, because I was a volleyball player. I injured myself. I was stupid. I played through it. And then during my 20s, I just kind of like lifted through it and was like, I just have to deal with the pain. But the past 2 years or so, I've really focused on rehabilitation. And honestly, shoulder pain for me now is super rare. Before any upper body day, I foam roll. I foam roll my lats, and I foam roll my chest. So you're gonna grab your foam roll. If you've never foam rolled before, use a flat, like a smooth one. Don't use a textured one, because they hurt like a bitch, okay? So to foam roll your lat, you're gonna go on the side like so, put one leg in front of the other, and you're gonna essentially roll slowly up and down to release the fascia. It doesn't feel good, but sometimes shoulder pain, there can be a multitude of reasons for shoulder pain, but having tight lats, having a tight chest can be a really big problem that can make the shoulder pain worse. Foam roll your lats, and then next you're gonna foam roll your chest-a-ronies. So you're gonna take your foam roll, and you're gonna put it in your armpit, essentially, okay? You can feel right here, you're gonna put it right under there. And then I don't roll, I just move my arm in various directions. I'll even go back to kind of like foam roll the front of my shoulder a little bit, and so forth. And if something feels really good, I'll leave it there for a second, and then I'll move. But those two things I do pretty much every upper body day. And then the other thing that I do that I've only been doing now for almost a year now is I've been working a lot on stability of my shoulder. A lot of times people think it's a mobility issue, which it could be, but it could also be a stability issue. So I've been doing arm bars consistently, and these make a huge difference for me. So an arm bar, you're gonna start with a light kettlebell until you get the movement down, then you can go up. So you're gonna get your kettlebell. The safe way to pick it up, okay, is to turn, bring it, you're gonna press it up, okay? You're gonna put the opposite arm above, leg straight. Oop, let me scoot over. And then all you're gonna do
So you're gonna roll your body up and you're locking out this arm. Your core is engaged and you just hold it there for like 30 seconds or so. And you do that like 3 times per arm. And that's gonna work on your stability. Once you've gotten confident with this, you can even do some internal rotations, like so. But that is an arm bar, and that has made a huge, huge difference for me. There's a couple warm-up exercises I'll show you too with the resistance band that are super easy, but I'm gonna say arm bars are really what helped me. One of my favorite circuits, and this was taught to me, I did a pain-free movement certification about a year ago. That's where I learned this. One of the greatest movements the instructor David taught me was a dead bug into an arm bar. Not only do these work the hell out of your core, but it also incorporates that shoulder mobility or stability, excuse me. And it's just a different challenge than what I'm used to. Love these. Okay. So what is a regular dead bug? It's a core exercise. You're going to lay down on your back. Knees are in tabletop position. Your lower back is against the floor. So you tuck your hips slightly. You're going to have your hands up towards the ceiling and you're going to focus on opposites. Down, up, down, up. And your lower back should not be lifting off the mat. If it is, don't bring that leg as far down, like don't bring it to the floor. Just bring it to where you feel stable and then back up. These are dead bugs. These are amazing. Everyone should be doing these. They're such an amazing core workout that is low impact, requires a little bit of practice with coordination, but everyone could benefit from that. So that's a dead bug. Now, how do we marry the two? All right, we're gonna get our kettlebell up here. We're gonna get in our dead bug position, and then we're gonna go into our arm bar. Up, back, up, back, up. But I'll do like 3 sets of 10 on each side of these. And my core is so engaged. My whole body is on fire. My shoulder feels stable. Highly recommend incorporating these into your routine. And now we're going to grab a resistance band. You want it to be like not super hard resistance, but like light to medium. We're gonna do band pull aparts first. So shoulders down and back, core is engaged, arms are straight. I have a slight bend in my elbows and I'm keeping control of the band and I'm not just like doing stupid shit with it. Like this is a very intentional, I'm using my back to pull it. And then also if you start here, slowly stretch the band and then bring it forward. So I start with it more narrow. I'm slowly pulling it apart, bringing it up and over, and then back forward. This is another really great one. I tend to do all of this before an upper body day specifically. So 2 sets of like 10 to 15 of these will make a massive difference for you. And yes, it does take me a solid 20 minutes to warm up before my workout starts. It is what it is. You could break this stuff up. Let's say you do have shoulder issues and you want to work on this. Maybe you do the kettlebells, like the armbar stuff on lower body days, so it doesn't take as long for you to warm up. If you don't have as much time at the gym, like if you're in a 30-minute crunch, just do 2 sets of arm bars and maybe some band pull aparts and you're good to go. But make it work within your schedule. Don't just keep ignoring pain because I did that for a really long time and it impacted all of my lifts. So we're going to start with wide rows. And then I really want to deadlift today, which I can't tell you last time I deadlifted, but like I said, I want to change up my style of training because I've been getting kind of bored. I gotta go grab a cake later because next week is my 34th birthday and I'm shooting like a bunch of content with the cake, so I gotta get that. So remember when we're doing rows, you want to like really engage when you pull it back. None of that like quick movement shit. All about squeezing. Imagine squeezing your shoulder blades together when you pull back. And that's also why I don't like the narrow grip, because you're kind of, you stop right here, but you still got more room to go. So I like wide grip, I like rows, I like single arms, because you can bring it further back. You're limited when the narrow handle stops right here. I think for my birthday, we're going to end up going to the Hofbrauhaus. Well, I might have to tell you about this after this set because this feels heavy. But yeah, we're going to go to the Hofbrauhaus, which is like a German beer garden, basically mimicked after the Hofbrauhaus in Munich, Germany. My mom is from Germany, so like I grew up there. I didn't grow up there. I lived there for a few years when I was younger. And I go every couple of years to visit family. I speak German. And sometimes I just like really crave that food and the culture and stuff like that. So the Hofbrauhaus is like, they have like live music and they have like the beer steins and all that stuff. So we're going to go do that for my birthday, which I'm really excited for. There's also like the Friends experience. So the TV show Friends, they have that here in Vegas right now. So I kind of want to go do that and like take the photos and do all that stuff, because Friends is my absolute comfort show. I can't even tell you how many times I've watched it. Probably like 500 times. My parents gave me all of the seasons in like a DVD set thing, like, I don't know, 8 Christmases ago. Granted, I don't watch it on the DVDs anymore, but when they gave those to me, rinse, repeat. Like I would watch all 10 seasons and I would start over, watch it again, start over. And I just restarted it this week. But it's just like that show that I turn on when I'm like cleaning and doing stuff and I just like need background noise. And like I know every episode I laugh, cry. Okay, I don't cry in every episode, but you know what I mean? It feels like I'm like hanging out with people, especially when you like work for yourself, work at home, and you don't have like a ton of social engagement. So it's yeah. So I think it'd be really fun to go do that and like go see the whole Friends experience. So we'll see. We're gonna do hex bar deadlifts. I can't even tell you the last time that I deadlifted. Months, but before that, probably like years. But I like the hex bar because it helps me do traditional deadlifts better, because when I just use a bar, I have to do sumo. It's one of those things where people will say sumo is wrong, and I think it's like figure out what works best for you and your body type. It's just like squats. I can't do like standard traditional squats with like my feet shoulder distance apart. I just can't get good range of motion. I don't know if it's the length of my limbs, if it's ankle mobility. I do work on my ankle mobility because I know that does limit me, but I just feel like I can practice traditional deadlifts better in a hex bar, and then I can do sumo with a regular deadlift bar. And I just kind of want to vibe and see how this goes. Let's do this. All right, so I'm gonna have my feet hip distance apart. Hips are back, shoulders down and back. I didn't feel too bad. My grip started giving out though, so that definitely means I need to work on my grip. I do have straps, but I don't like using them. Don't copy me right now because we're gonna throw 25s on here, which isn't what I recommend if you haven't deadlifted in a while, but those felt really good, pretty easy. So we're gonna throw 25s on here. One thing you, like, not even a trick, but one thing with hex bar is you want it slightly tilted back, because that's gonna allow you to drive through your hips and come up. With a hex bar, you don't want your weight forward. I mean, a traditional deadlift, you don't want your weight forward either, but having it tilted slightly back is gonna help you with your form. It's gonna help keep those shoulders down and back, lats engaged. Another thing is you want your hips and the bar to come up at the same time. A lot of times people will do a deadlift and like their hips will start coming up and then the bar. It's one unit movement. Here, here. The other thing is you want to create tension on the bar. So before you lift, you don't want any slack. So you're going to grip on the bar and like act like you're gonna lift it, but make sure there's no slack. There's tension, which I'll show you in a second, and then lift. If there's any slack and you start to get like heavier with the weight, you can hurt yourself really easily. Feet hip distance, grip our handle, tilt the bar slightly, shoulder down and back. I'm sorry, I forgot to show you the tension thing. I'll show you in the next one. So like I said in the intro, the one thing that people need to do in order to actually reach their goals is take personal accountability. The moment you realize and understand that you are the only ones that makes the decisions, you're the ones that decide what you're going to eat, you're the one that decides if you're going to miss workouts. Once you are able to own that, then you can actually reach your goals. Because I've been doing this for a decade. I've heard every excuse under the sun, and I've made all the excuses myself. But once you start to understand that you are the one that decides what you're going to do, your whole perspective on your fitness journey changes. You start to look at things differently. You start to decide, you know what, I don't want in and out tonight because I deserve better than that. I have goals I want to reach. Or, you decide, I respect myself enough today to move my body. I deserve it. My body deserves it. And once you start to respect yourself and understand that this is your decision, things change. Don't be scared to make noise when you're doing deadlifts. They're allowed to be loud. I personally am not one that drops the weight from the top, but you're allowed to make noise, okay? So back into our form. So what I mean by tension is, see how I lift the bar, but I'm not lifting anything? That's how you create tension, and that's what's gonna save your back. Guys, I'm slightly dying, but this is why I love deads, because it's everything. You burn so much so many calories doing full body movements like deadlifts, thrusters, even like walking lunges, back squats. They're like some of my favorite things. And I don't know why I always forget about them. Sometimes I get like too stuck in like the bodybuilder mentality. And I'm like, I got to do leg extensions and hamstring curls. And you don't have to. The other thing is a lot of people will say you don't have to do deadlifts unless you're like training for powerlifting, which is true. It's not like an essential thing you have to do, like bench and deadlifts. You don't have to do. They don't have to be a part of programming. I like them, but I understand they're not necessary. A lot of people do end up injuring themselves because they do stupid shit. But as long as you're like doing it comfortably, I don't see the problem. And if you're prepping for like powerlifting, then you got to do it. We are now going to do some goblet seated squats. These will get your heart rate up like a mother. I'll start with 50. We're probably going to go up. We'll see how these feel. See how my back feels since I just did deadlifts. So, all right, you're going to put your hands underneath the top of the dumbbell. We're going to come up, sit, up. Okay. We're going to superset that with a barbell wide grip bench press. We're going to start with 50s on these as well. This is what I call lazy girl bench because I just use the pre-weighted barbells. I don't set it up in an actual bench. Also, I'm doing really, really wide, which my hands are basically going to be all the way at the end. So you're going to flip the bar and then lay back. Flip the bar, lay back. Then we're going to grip wide, shoulders down and back. And you can start with 20s, work your way up with these. But they give me a nice little burn on my chest. And it's easy to superset. I decided to go up to 70. I was like, okay, I'll push myself. Fine. Might have been a little bit too heavy. We're gonna go up on our chest press too. So I'm gonna film it from back there so you're not getting just a straight up coot shot. We're gonna do one more set of these and then move on. Oh, update on the package thief. I still don't know who took my package. Well, not who took it, but the person in my complex that got my package that never brought it to me. I still don't know who it is. But I emailed the company. Literally, they responded within 2 minutes and they were like, we will send you a replacement package. Like, thank you, Jesus, because I was so upset. The brand is Pro Mix, by the way. So if you want to give them your business because they're amazing, go for it. I haven't gotten the package yet. They shipped it out today. But they literally responded within 2 minutes of me sending the email. And we're like, oh my gosh, we're so sorry. We'll send you a replacement package immediately. So, yay! I'm excited. I also have a brand. There's a skincare brand I've been obsessed with called Sabbatical. I can't remember if I've talked about it before, but it is a Korean skincare company built here or made here in the US in Philadelphia by a chemist. And she put so much thought into her products. Like, they're still a small business. And I have used, a few months ago, I ordered some things to try. The really cool thing is they have like travel sizes you can order. So you can basically try the products with like a smaller sample versus buying like normal full-size items. And you can try it first and see how you like it. I ordered a few months ago. I got their under eye cream. I got a serum. And then I got donkey cream, which is like a moisturizer. Obsessed. So good. So I made another order recently of a facial cleanser, a toning mask. I got a full size of the donkey cream because that stuff is literally incredible. And then I got some more serums. I got the Asian Powerhouse serum and the Marine serum. If you layer the Asian Powerhouse serum and the Marine serum, you wake up with your skin literally like glowing, like beautiful. I was having skin issues earlier this week, and like I've done those two serums on top of each other twice, and like every time I wake up, it's like glorious. So I'm obsessed, and they're sending me a free product that they have. So I'm really excited. Like, it wasn't a paid thing, so I'm really excited to try out what they sent me. I don't even remember what it is, but I'll tell you guys about it once I get it. But one thing I've done in my 30s is I've really focused on skincare. I actually haven't gotten Botox since November, which it is now about to be August. So I plan on getting Botox again in the next few months. I normally get it twice a year, but honestly, my skin has been doing incredible, where I haven't been like feeling like I desperately need Botox. So I've been doing hyaluronic acid every day, snail mucin, and then trying different products and stuff. And Sabbatical is literally now my new favorite. I've been washing my face with this turmeric bar of soap from the brand Natural by Nikki Heaton, the singer. She does have like a clothing brand and like a skincare, like beauty product brand. And so I wanted to try this turmeric bar of soap, and that is amazing. I love it. It makes my skin so glowy. So I've just been like really focusing on taking care of it. And I think it's really like making me not feel so, I don't want to say old, but like just not so great in between Botox services. That's stuff I need to stop doing now, making those types of faces. But let's do our last set. I'm like talking your ear off today. We're almost done. I'm kicking my own ass today, but we are gonna do single arm balance rows. I've shown these in previous videos. These don't look that intense, but they're super freaking hard because you're working balance, major core, as well as your back. Start these with lightweight, see how they feel. I might fall while I'm doing these. Don't laugh at me. They take practice. So you're gonna basically get on your flat bench. Whichever arm you're working, the other leg is gonna balance, and you're gonna drive that elbow up. One thing that really helps with these is to like look at a spot in front of you that's not moving. That will help you balance. Don't watch yourself in the mirror. All right, last thing for the day. I don't even know if my head is in the shot, so I'll check after this, but we're gonna do straight leg raises. The thing with these, you need to have good form. So don't let your shoulders collapse because you're gonna end up hurting your shoulder that way. You need to be really solid. And yeah, these suck and they're hard, but the more you do them, the better you get. So if these are too hard, so I'm gonna do it straight leg, which is like so. If that's too hard, you can bring your knees up. And just do as many as you can in a row. Don't feel like you gotta do 100 of them. I usually do like 15 or so. And when I was first working on getting better at these, I would do knees. I would do a set of knees. Then I would do a set of straight leg, however many I could do. Then I would do a set of knees again, and so forth. And eventually I got stronger to where I can just do all straight leg. I also needed to update you. If you've watched my last few videos, my dog has been sick for like 2 weeks. Like diarrhea kind of sick. And I took him to the vet last week, to the Emerge vet, and they gave him medicine and probiotics and stuff. And the last few days we have had solid poops. And I cannot tell you, I have never been so excited to pick up poop in my whole life. When he pooped a solid poop for the first time, I like literally danced. I was so excited. Because one, I feel bad. Like it's not comfortable to have diarrhea like for 2-3 weeks. And I was really worried something was going on. But when he went to the vet, they did x-rays, there was no blockages. They did blood work, everything was great. So I don't know what it could have been, but I'm just thankful he's feeling better. He's sleeping through the night, and which means I'm sleeping through the night, which means Lisa's a lot less grumpy. And I know I said this a little bit earlier, but if you start looking at your health and fitness as like, I'm doing these things for me because I deserve it, because I respect myself enough, it is substantially easier to make the healthier choice. Substantially. And it's also going to allow you to get to a place where you're going to figure out some days the cake is worth it and some days it's not. And that to me is really, feels like freedom when you have the power to say yes or no and feel good about that decision. Not feeling guilt, shame, pressured, or like you have to do things because it's the healthier thing to do. When you actively say, I want to make this choice because it's the best choice for me, you just feel incredible. Your confidence goes up. And when your confidence is higher, you don't quit on yourself. You keep pushing further and further and further to reach the goals that you want. It's kind of like in fitness. When you reach one goal, you don't just say, okay, I did it, that's it. No, you make another goal and then you work towards that goal. And that's how you get stronger and faster and whatever the goal is. All right, one more, then I gotta go because I need to go to the store. I've talked your guys' ear off this episode. This YouTube video. Me acting like I got a TV series and shit. Well, that is where I'm going to leave you for today. Thank you so much for giving us a watch. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys next week.